homepage ranks instead of a blog post or a service page? Let me show you exactly how you can fix it. G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to show you exactly that, how you can make sure that you're getting the right page to show up in the SERPs and not some homepage. Because it's so frustrating when you're trying to tune up your service page or your blog post and your homepage keeps showing up. So let me show you exactly what you need to do to correct this issue. Now, you might be aware that Rank Lightning, my SEO tool, the ender of all SEO tools, is being developed and she should be out soon. There's a link down below, guys. If you want to get early access to the tool and you want to get a lifetime discount to the tool, if your email, your contact information is in the email list, you'll get a special discount on Rank Lightning when we launch it. So make sure that you've got that information. You click that link down below. That's Rank Lightning. Let's jump into it. Now, this is quite problematic. I find this a lot. So I work with a lot of roofers, and the biggest thing I find is that Google actually really likes rewarding home pages. If you notice on SERPs, the roofing game is an incredibly challenging space to be in. Incredibly challenging. Why? Because Google does treat everything like you get a one and done, and that is it. It's not like everything else with plumbing. Even plumbing, you can set up all of these additional pages, and all the other pages show your geolocation pages. They show in a ton of different places. It's fantastic. Doesn't work that way in this space. Even attorneys, I find actually roofing a very, very weird game. You'll notice a lot of home pages showing up when you don't want that to happen. So let me show you exactly what you need to do. Now, there's normally two reasons. There's two main reasons why I actually see a page showing up. So if I jump over to the Osborne Digital Marketing website, right? Now, if I go to Google and I go roofing SEO, throw that in. All right. So we can see, ooh, they've got me. I'm going to have to do some work to get this back up the top, boys. But as you can see, I've dropped down now to position, what is that, 3 or 4? I've dropped down to position 4. Challenges. Well, that person sending traffic's doing well. So that's what happens when you put your face on camera, guys. But anyway, so normally I'm sitting around the top for this term. I want to give you the example of, let's say my roofing SEO page is showing. So this is my blog post that's showing up in front of my homepage as an example. My homepage is showing up when this should be showing up. The biggest thing that I find where you have this problem, one, it does depend the niche you're in. Like I said, with roofing service pages, it's a little bit funny, and that's really only the roofing niche. But if I scroll down a little bit, I'm going to scroll down and I just want you to look for roofing SEO. Where are you seeing roofing SEO? Where are you seeing it? So far, it's not even been shown you. Ah, here it is. That's it. One mention. We keep scrolling down. Where's another? Oh, there's another mention on the blog post. That's it. Let's have and again, where does it link over to? Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep having a look. Up in the footer. Oh, look at that. Immediately you can see that I'm not putting in the expert roofing SEO, the roofing SEO expert, the SEO guru for roofers, even though I absolutely detest that term. I'm not doing that. Digital marketing services, not for roofers. So you're picking up what I'm putting down is that the page is actually too similarly tuned to the page that I want to rank. The other thing is you don't tell Google where those keywords are. So as an example, let me just scroll back down to my example down here, all right? I'm going to scroll back down. Come on, computer. Any day would be nice. There we go. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to have a look. This roofing SEO, I've got that mentioned, and where does that go? It's internally linked to the page. So if I click on this bad boy, where am I going? To my roofing page. The internal linking structure is not appropriate, I find, when you will have your blog post or your service page ranking high, like ranking less than your homepage. Your homepage is dominating. It's because your homepage is too similar. So let me walk you through a bit more of an example for a roofer and for a blog post. So with a blog post as an example, let's start with that. Now, let's just say maybe you're a digital marketing agency and you want to rank well for the digital marketing term. okay? If you've made your thing too much about your blog post is, let's just say, how to find the best digital marketing agency in Fort Lauderdale. Well, if you've got Fort Lauderdale, if you've got digital marketing agency and all of these terms mentioned on your homepage, what does Google see as the most important page? A homepage of a website. So now all of a sudden you've got all this competition going on. So just make sure, that's a common thing that will be seen. Like if people will have a blog post to talk about their main service, that all their main service have all these other terms. Remember what you're trying to do. If you're trying to rank for money type terms, then it shouldn't really be in a blog post. That should be the theme of the blog post. So that should be the theme, but not what you're trying to get to rank to earn the dollars. You should never, ever really be putting anything that's trying to make you the money on a blog post, so to speak. It can be a bit of credibility, but ideally you want it to be on a service page. That's the best way of doing it because, again, digital marketing example, I would want my homepage ranking for a digital marketing example, but when it's to how to find a digital marketing agency, well, you know, the blog page would be informative. It'd be like, oh, look at their reviews. Look if they've got awards. Look how long they've been around for. Look if they actually rank for things. A lot of SEO agencies out there don't even rank for own terms. These are the types of things that you want to be considering. So that type of blog post, fantastic. That's the type of stuff that you would want to be creating and looking at. The other thing, the big tip I'll give you, like with the service pages, like I said, specific to the roofing, let's just say you have a roofing Fort Lauderdale page, all right? But then your homepage is always showing up. With the roofing space, it's very, very challenging. So you can have Fort Lauderdale mentioned because that is where the main HQ is. That's where we've got the yard in Fort Lauderdale. That's where everything is. If we're talking about Fort Lauderdale constantly on our page, on our homepage, chances are that our homepage is always going to win out against the Fort Lauderdale page, even though we've got that there. So what do? Let's just say you're like, Ronnie, we can't have the homepage ranking for the Fort Lauderdale. And this is where the business concept comes into it. Does it actually matter? Are we going to get more leads if they land on our Fort Lauderdale page or if they land on our homepage that's still quite nice and well structured for that main keyword? Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Where it matters is if your homepage is sitting in position 4. That's when it's a problem. If you're in position number 1 with your homepage, who cares? Who cares? But if you're in position number 4, 5, 6 for your homepage, well, we've got to get it up higher. Well, we can't go on our homepage and start adding more mentions of Fort Lauderdale and that shouldn't be done and can't be done because it's our homepage. We want our Fort Lauderdale page to rank. So what do? That is where I would try to detune the page as much as possible. So as an example, I would not be putting up mentions of Fort Lauderdale, roofers in Fort Lauderdale, roofers. Change that to the business name. So again, if you're a roofer, let's call it Aussie's Roofing. Let's just say Aussie's Roofing. Aussie's Roofing, the best roofers near you. Aussie's Roofing, the reliable team to get the job done. Aussie's Roofing Services, everything you need. You see how I'm starting to pull out any mentions of our business, and then it's all the way down here. It's like, oh, by the way, guys, we're in Fort Lauderdale. That's it. There's one mention of Fort Lauderdale, so to speak. That's how I would structure a homepage. And if there is any mentions, let me go back down here. There is any mentions, guys, this is what I'm doing. Oh, Fort Lauderdale. Okay, no worries. We offer our roofing services, Aussie's Roofing, across in Fort Lauderdale there. Here we go. Here's a link to take you over the roofing Fort Lauderdale page. The term that I want to win, go over there. This is, hey, Google, if this term shows up with this anchor text, it's belonging to that page. That's how you can really structure it. Another thing that gets a lot of people too is anchor text of backlinks. And this is what I don't actually see mentioned or talked about anywhere, is because, look, a lot of it is your on page, but a lot of it's off page. So what a lot of people do when they build their backlinks, what do you find that people do when they build citations and everything like that talks about the location? So if my location is Fort Lauderdale for my roofing company and everything's pointing into this, What's the chances that Google's going to see it and be like, oh, by association or by anchor text or by association of that page, this is where these guys are. Those types of things can really throw you out to whack. So what could you do? You could create other citations, additional ones for your Fort Lauderdale page, and you could use your Fort Lauderdale page. That is something that can be done. You could do a press release as well, opening up an additional location in this area. That can start to steer things away. And when it comes to link building, don't build any links with that exact anchor text to your homepage. Don't have it set as like Fort Lauderdale roofers. No, it's just roofers. It's Aussie's roofing. It's Aussie's roofing. That's it. But Aussie's roofing Fort Lauderdale goes to our Fort Lauderdale page. So now Google's getting a hit by, okay, well, their on page is telling me this. All right, cool. I like it. But the off page is also telling me this. These other web referrals are also telling me that external anchor text is associated with Fort Lauderdale. Well, this is a page I'm going to start showing for Fort Lauderdale. So that's actually things that you can look for and how you can actually fix it when your homepage is outranking your other pages. Like I said, if your homepage is in position 1 for your target keyword, conversions will probably still be the same. It's only problematic when your homepage is outranking your blog post or your service page when your homepage is in position number 9. Then you have to bring up your service page. Don't tune your homepage. You can't do any more with that. The only thing you can really do is, get a little bit spammy and ugly with it. And you don't want to do that. You would rather a service page ranking over your homepage, because then you can just make that bigger, can't you? So that's how I actually go about ensuring that my homepage doesn't do as well. Always detune if possible, because I find a lot of the times, biggest thing is in your headers, guys. That's where you'll find there'll be a lot of issues, okay, in your headers. Another thing that I'd suggest doing is having a look at the keyword ratio. So open up something like SEO Quake, have a look at the densities. So jump over to the densities and see what's really popping. Like, what have you got? So again, let's just say, it's the roofing Fort Lauderdale. If I'm coming through and I'm looking at Fort Lauderdale, is this the page that I want? Like, is it mentioned more than my Fort Lauderdale page? I don't have any Fort Lauderdale pages for my SEO stuff. I just rank for crazy things. But as you can see here, here's a perfect example. Fort Lauderdale has been pulled in for me. Look at that on my homepage. Look at that, 0.5%. Now, if I had a Fort Lauderdale page, it has to be more than this. It has to be more than this. So Google, again, can sit there and look at the densities. I don't care what other people say. Keyword density matters. Don't believe me? Go and look at all my pages where I'm beating all the biggest people in the US and around the world for SEO ranking terms. Just saying. But have a look at that and you can go, okay, I need to be more. I need to be a bit more. So these are the types of things that you can look at. And again, if that fails and you're sitting there and it's still going like this, it's time to bring in those backlinks. Remember, do not be sending in the terms that go to this page. Now, you find this a lot. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I did have a gentleman that had an exact match domain, service and area, and then set up a service page as well. Guy, you're screwed in that example. What do? It's your homepage. In that example, you set up an exact match. Don't try and then set up another service page for that. It's not going to work. It is not going to work. You might be able to get it where it's indented, where it's the home page and then that service page. I've made that happen. But when it comes to the stuff where it's like that, it's the home pages you play. That's a big reason why I'm making this video. So you've got to think about those types of things before you jump in and be like, okay, well, what was the objective? I want to get more conversions. If you see your home page is in position number 1, for me, I'm like, that's a win. That's a win. Why try and push that out and hope that my other page gets up there? Why do that? But if my homepage is beating out my page, my targeted page, my blog post, whatever it may be, and my homepage is in position number 8, okay, we've got to step it up. We've got to step it up. Now, I hope you've liked this video. If you have, make sure you put some comments down below, guys. That helps boost up the engagement, gets more legends like yourself out there to view it and enjoy the Osborne digital marketing content. Like and subscribe. Make sure you check out Rank Lightning. Rank Lightning, the only SEO tool that you're ever going to need. Guys, have a lovely day. Cheers.